creation. One of the most recent investments that he introduced to his investment club of over 3,000 investors produced $23 million in revenue in just 12 months. He himself turned a $10,000 investment into over $344,000 in that same 12-month span. He has a goal to positively help 10,000 families generate $5,000 per month in residual income in the opportunities that he's going to be sharing with us. All right, so please give me some 4-5s, give me some love. Please help me welcome to the line someone I have the utmost respect for. He's one of the only people that's ever been and done every single thing that he ever committed to me that he would be or do. Please help me welcome the GOAT, the greatest of all time, also known as the People's Champ, Mr. Sam Bean.
There you go. There you go. There you go. What's going on, Carly? How you doing?
Amazing, sir. Happy anniversary.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. And, I'm going to just tell you like this right here. It's either this or I have to, put myself in protective custody. I don't want to end up having to file a rape charge and something like that because how it is, she just can't keep her hands off me. So I'm just saying. So welcome, guys. Welcome, family. Welcome, family. Welcome, family. I know Dr. Arlene is like, you know what, you should be doing this call tonight. She be on me, you know what I'm saying? She be on me. But that's what family is all about. You know what I mean? This is what we do. And again, I'm happy to be back here, guys. Again, on Monday, Millionaire Mindset Call. And I'm excited about the topics that we're going to discuss tonight when it comes to the training, because those are topics that you're going to need this week more than any week in your life and going forward as well. But I'm excited about these topics. But I'm also excited about giving you guys some updates on some things that we got going on. But before we do that, I definitely want to say hello to everybody, all of our first timers. If you are, this is your first time on the Millionaire Mindset Call, can you put some ones in the chat for me? Okay. And there we go. All right, welcome. There we got a couple over here. All right. Welcome. All right, Jorge, Dr. Brand, welcome. That's what I'm talking about. And so I promise you guys, and they still coming in, and I love it. It means you guys are promoting the value. You're seeing the value, and you're promoting the value. Well, I promise you, I'll do my best to make sure I don't let you down and make the person who invited you here tonight look bad. So that's going to be all on me. All right. But we are the ForeSight family, guys. And for me, I stand behind that word ForeSight, and that word just means that you have vision. And our motto is that we know that you're rich before you do. We see the value in people before they see it into themselves. And it's our job to help them bring it out. And that's why we do this call. Now, again, we're back on track, getting it done again. We stopped for a while, but we've done this call for over a decade, right? And it's constantly being done. And that's why you see a lot of the people who we have that's a part of our organization, a part of our family. And you see and you look at these people and you wonder, man, why? How are these people so sharp? The whole entire group is sharp, well-spoken, well-educated, on top of their game, professional, and everything else in between. And it's because they're all cut from the same cloth, right? And it's about being professional, being the person who's ready to go out here and master the skills that's required, not just to make our life better, but to make the people's lives better who are around us and who believe in us. So welcome to our family. But, our movement, ForeSight Marketing Group movement, is Project Pride, and that's basically producing residual income in a down economy. And I can foresee a down economy, not just right now, but for the foreseeable future. You got to think about where everything is at right now. And a lot of people are still trying to stay with their head above water, with traditional methods, and a lot of people are finding out fast that having a job is not good enough by itself. You got to have a plan B and sometimes even a plan C. Okay. And so we're here to make sure that we impact those households. And then you look at the mission statement, is to help 10,000 families globally, talking about worldwide, get to a point to where they're generating $5,000 in actual income, residual income, recurring income on a monthly basis into their households. And we just believe that on the way to doing that, the people who help the most people, okay, get to that number will be the people who create the most millions. And we started this vision and we started this movement a little bit over a year and a half, almost 2 years ago. And And again, guys, you got a lot of people who are growing, developing, and becoming investors, becoming entrepreneurs, and becoming business people. So this is my belief, regardless of whether they do it with me or not, when they get to that point to where they're making that money and they're making those millions or the $5,000 a month, they don't have to be, a part of our organization, but the fact of the matter is, we definitely want to make sure it's what they learn, that gets them there. We want to make sure that, they are equipped and ready to go to war, because there's a war against poverty out there right now. And, a lot of people are losing, and we want to turn that around. But one thing I do, and Carly introduced, our angel investors. And guys, I can just tell you, the angel investors, they are very underappreciated. They are very, taken for granted. These are people who are funding a program that the masses of you get a chance to benefit from directly or indirectly. These are people who have become VIP members and plus members. And because of that, they actually have people who they are allowing to ride their coattails and enter into this program and have full access to it. And unfortunately, you have some people who don't see the value in that. They're not taking advantage of it. They're taking it for granted. And me personally, as a businessman and as a leader, I would suggest that you replace those people immediately with somebody who is going to be on the calls and somebody who is going to be, listening to the rally calls or listening to the replays. Somebody's going to be in the modules, and somebody's who's going to contribute and make sure you get the bang for your buck, right? It's nothing worse than having a VIP member who has the opportunity to have 10 people get access to the system for free. And you have 3 or 4 people showing up from that 10. And you have plus members who've given 5 people the ability to join them in learning and taking their life to another level, from an educational and skill set perspective. And out of those 5, you may have 1 or 2. Right. And that's the thing about, gifting, guys. Anything that a person can get free, they really don't take care of it. They don't have value for it. Okay, until it's taken away. And if you really want to help somebody, guys, take it away and make sure the next time they get it, they pay for it. Okay. I wouldn't give it back to them. And again, you won't get that time, you won't get that opportunity, you won't get the ability to impact people back. But angel investors, we appreciate you guys for what you do, and we don't take you for granted. We appreciate you. Also, guys, we were, Lance Green, we have our LG event tomorrow. We have JR, he's going to be on doing the presentation. So make sure you get your guest out. I put the information for the event in Telegram. I put it in the leadership group as well. And, so you guys have access to the information. Make sure you go ahead and get your people on there. For those of you who are building Lance Green, and that's going to be at 7:00 p.m. Central Standard Time. So it's going to be a presentation plus strategy session. So any of your guests who are going to participate at that event, they'll be able to have Q&A. They'll be able to get a strategy that's going to take them to $50,000, in one of their portfolios, and then all the way through 3 of them. So that's when it comes to that Lance Green project. Couple of weeks ago, a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks ago, I was in Miami and sat down with 2 companies. And I sat down either with the principals of the company or the principals and the figureheads of the company, people who are out there representing some of the top earners. And I can just tell you, it was a trip worth taking. We have 2 different types of platforms that we're going to be introducing to you guys. One is going to be an offering Forex trading company. And this is a company that, I wanted to actually go and meet the people who are behind the scenes trading, real trading, not be paper stuff, not taking money in on the front end and dispersing it on the back end and look and putting yourself in positions where you may have a rug pull opportunity. No, I'm looking at, a company that I've seen them do 36% in a month, 22% in a month, 13% in a month, and so on. But the average return is about 10 to 15% per month, on that person's money. And that's the thing that I'm loving, because it gives a person a really good range of returns that they actually have real good real representation when it comes to when it comes to the numbers, the monthly numbers. So that's something I do have confidence in. And I don't know if that company owns multiple companies here in the U.S. And he's a person who actually flew me out. And so he has a huge name, in the industry, direct sales network marketing. So this is his first time, in that arena. And, he's not going to ruin his name, on any level whatsoever. So everything that they're doing at a high level, very visible, and they have the track record to prove it. So they've been in business for some time, and I'm excited about that. So that's something that I'm going to be releasing to our directs, our key leaders, and some of our people who we know that actually invest. And for those of you who don't get the direct link or don't get the information for, because it won't be a presentation or anything like that. It's just going to be sent out to the group. And keep your ears and keep your eyes open. And if you don't get it, make sure you stay plugged in, stay tuned to your leaders, and they'll be able to get that information for you if you're really serious about investing. Okay. When it comes to the project that I'm really excited about, I actually have, and this is a really good segue for Cancun, because when you look at the Cancun trip, we will actually have one, maybe two, figureheads from one, if not both companies in Cancun with us. So you guys will be on the yacht, potentially with one, maybe two of the people who are actually running those companies or owning those companies, or both. And you guys get a chance to actually I'll get your questions answered, have some Q&A, some real private, intimate time with these individuals, and pick their brains about what about the adventures and things we're about to embark on. Okay, so make sure that you actually have your tickets. Make sure that for those of you who are last minute shoppers, buying your planes and buying your plane tickets and resort tickets and stuff like that, go ahead and get that done, because July 28th we will set sail on a 110-foot yacht, the same one you just saw in the video that Carly showed you. And then the day after that, on the 29th, that Saturday, we will have a private, exclusive little to-do, a little party, a little dinner, if you would, with photographers, videographers, and stuff like that, to make sure you guys have moments, but mostly to make sure you guys have an opportunity to, again, just get some leadership moments, some Q&A, and some quiet, intimate time with the people who you're doing business with. Okay? But going back to the opportunity, I'm excited about this one because, in my personal opinion, I'm looking at an opportunity where I'm kind of getting the best of both worlds. When I look at, some of the reasons why I did not deal with the MLM cryptocurrency companies in the beginning, because again, the rug pull opportunities, people who are just crooks that are out there treating people bad. And then I look at the reason why I left network marketing, because 90% of the people that was in your groups didn't make money, right? Companies was around forever, but nobody made money. Okay? And so when you look at this opportunity that we're bringing you guys, we will be launching that on Thursday night, I think at 8 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time, if I'm not mistaken. That information will go out to you guys, today, so you'll be able to promote for it. The leaders, however, they'll get the videos tomorrow. So they'll actually have a real good opportunity to not just get positioned, but they'll get educated on it. We will be building out another Facebook group, for this one in particular, because this is going to be one of the ones where we will bring our presenters back. And this is going to be one that I'm just going to tell you guys, I really and truly, I took this particular meeting, just because, I respected the person who invited me out, and I just happened to be in town. I only went to go to one company. But when I got there, they rolled the red carpet out, but it wasn't the way they treated me. It was the way that I saw everything laid out, and how profitable it could be, how secure it would be, and how different it was. And it had the same feel as the FinTech situation for me, but on a whole entirely different level. And so I'm not going to spill the beans and give you that, because I know some of y'all get real nosy and get on Google and everything else and go try to figure it out. So I'm not giving you nothing, Lakeland. I'm not giving you nothing, Dr. Marika. I'm not giving you, because I know already y'all be out there hitting search bars while y'all will be distracted while the Millionaire Mindset call is going. So, and Doc, hey, Attorney Sloan, you know what I'm talking about. I know my people, right? So just know this. I'm really excited. And that's why it took me so long. I looked at about 17 different companies, over the last, I would say 3 or 4 weeks. And this is the one that stuck out. As a matter of fact, it stuck out, for a myriad of reasons. One, it stuck out because I had about 6 or 7 different people who are top earners, in the industry of not just network marketing, but in the industry of investing, reach out to me. Okay, yeah, Tanya, you did try to get some information last night. She was real slick with it, but no, man. Anyway, but I also remember, it's also about association as well. So now we're going to be dealing with people who are making money in various industries, and all of them, the people who I'm going to be directly associated with, affiliated with, and who are going to make up my cabinet, people I surround myself with, are all 7- and 8-figure earners. And so in order for me to progress as a leader, I have to still put myself in an environment like that where there's growth for me as well. Okay. And so I got to make sure, that we all grow together. Okay. Because if I don't, we'll all grow apart. And I know because of the last 3 or 4 weeks, it took some people got impatient and found some things for them. That's fine. I'm going to wish you guys well. For those who did that, there's nothing wrong with that. It's free enterprise. You're an entrepreneur. That's what you're supposed to do, if that's what you feel like you need to do. And I encourage you to do that. Okay. And so, but I am looking forward to Thursday, a night, for the masses. But I'm also looking forward to getting some feedback, and just kind of seeing how excited, my leaders are, tomorrow after they get this video and after they get a chance to go through it. And then we give them the layout on how the lunch is going to be. So with that being said, it's going to be a very exciting, month of July for us, guys. 4th of July was behind us, but the fireworks are yet to come. So strap in, buckle up, and make sure you tie the kids down, because this is about to be a ride, one that I personally believe that you'll never forget. So let's do this. Okay. When you look at skill sets, and I'm real big on the simple skill sets, because those are the ones that make you a fortune or they cost you a fortune. And these are the ones that the masses overlook. Okay. These are the ones that the masses overlook 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And the one that's one of the biggest for me is listening. Okay. Listening is crucial. Listening is vital. A lot of you can't get a date because you don't listen. A lot of you can't stay in a relationship because you don't listen. A lot of you can't keep a job or keep clients, customers, because you don't listen, right? And a lot, again, can be learned by just listening. And when I was in the military, they taught us how to extract intel, and and that gave us the advantage, because the person who had the information is normally the person that comes out on top. Okay? And so if you're listening and you're dominating the listening, okay, you're dominating the earning, you're dominating the winning. Okay? And that's the one thing that you can start off with right now. You got to give yourself an incentive to shut up. You got to, because if you don't, you'll overtalk people, you'll finish people's sentences, you'll do all the wrong things, and you'll turn people off. And when you turn people off, you lose the ability to do business with them. You lose the ability to go out there and make impacts with them. So for listening, I have an actual acronym. It's like a little formula that I put together for listening. And so when you look at listening, keep in mind, like some of you guys are on here and you hear me, but you don't listen because you're doing more than one thing at one time. Some of you guys are moving around cooking. Some of you guys are moving around dealing with the kids, the dog, the puppy, the cat. Some of you guys are on your phone doing different things while you're trying to listening, but you just hear me. I'm a voice, a tone. What I'm saying is not clearly defined to you. So what I challenge you to do at this moment is just relax and listen. Don't even worry about taking notes. I just want you guys to get it. You can always go back. It's recorded. It's on Facebook in the group, right? Just get it. Okay. Learn how to learn. Okay. Learn how to learn. Okay. So when you look at listening, guys, when you look at the L, let the other person talk. Okay. Involve yourself by responding. Okay. nodding your head, letting the person know that you're paying attention. Okay. And keep in mind, interrupting is non-optional. Interrupting is non-optional. And a lot of us, we have that bad. We cut a person off because we get so excited. Especially when you're a part of the Me Too movement, somebody says something that you want to, oh, me too. And you cut them off because you want to tell your story, right? Mr. Smalls, I see the smile. I see the smile. You know what I'm talking about, right? But it's natural, it's normal, right? And you want to be the center of attention when you're not supposed to be, right? It's all about dominating the listening, like I said. Dominating the listening, let them dominate the talking. And I can just tell you, you'll be in a better situation. But when I say you want to be the center of attention, that's where the I comes in, okay? Be interesting. I'm sorry, be interested, not interesting. Be interested, not interesting, okay? Show concern. When I say complete, focus and being interested, guys, that's one of those things where it's not about you at this moment. Understand that it's a moment that you don't want to miss, because they may give you some information that's going to be pertinent, for you to allow them to close themselves. They're going to give you some information that you may need later on down the line to incentivize them to commit to what they said they were going to do 2 or 3 weeks ago, 2 or 3 months ago. Okay, so if you're not interested in what they're saying, they can tell that also. And if you're not interested in what they're saying, they'll find somebody who is. And they'll end up in the same company, but under a different group, or they end up in a different company that may not be the best company, but they'll end up with somebody who really and truly cares about what's going on in life and what they really need. Okay, interesting, not interesting. Don't compete. And this is still in the I. Don't compete or one up the conversation. I said that a little bit in the last one, but it's okay every once in a while, to be relatable, but not every time. Okay, don't search, for something to relate to 100% of the time. It gets old and they get, and it wears people out, right? But be inviting, okay, and be open. Okay, when the person's talking to you, make sure your arms are not folded. Be open. Just sit back and relax and listen. And if it's business, take some notes, write some stuff down, key points while you're nodding. It lets them know that they're interesting while you're interested, right? But you want people to also say, she gets me, or he gets me, right? He understands me, she understands me, and that's what you're looking for, okay? So again, be interested, not interesting. The S, stay on target, okay? Don't be like, S's could be for squirrel, right? Stay on target, man. Don't get distracted. Make the main thing, right? Stay focused mentally and emotionally. Going back a little bit, when you get excited, sometimes you kind of ramble, or you kind of jump in or you kind of go on a tangent, all that's bad for business. All of it. Okay. So stay on target. T, test your understanding. Okay. Test your ability to receive intel, right? Let me get this straight. That's one of those things you might want to write that down. Let me get this straight. Or if I heard you correctly, right? And then you repeat what they said. Give it back to them. That lets them know, one, that you, again, are paying attention. But it's a bullet point of something that you may want to, keep close to you. So the more and more you say it, the better off you are reminding yourself of it. It stays in there, ingrained in the brain. But like I said, repeat it all. Like I said, all the good stuff, and don't do it now every sentence. Don't be over redundant with it. Again, be strategic with it. Space it out. And not necessarily always being spaced out. But when they'll give you, if you listen to people, they'll give you enough intel to where you'll be able to do it organically and naturally. Okay. So test your understanding. Same thing, repeat it all back, as this disarms a person and builds up trust almost immediately, right? People do business with people who they like, they know, and that they trust, okay? And so when you're repeating things back to people, making sure that you got it and to making sure they know that you're paying attention, it helps build up that trust, okay? Which is T. E, evaluate and process the data. Evaluate and process the data, okay? So when you actually hear, you know, as a matter of fact, you hear people when we do role playing on Saturday mornings, you know, when what happens is you ask specific questions and people give you answers. And then what you do is you deliver the remedy or the prescription, right? Okay, you deliver the remedy or the prescription. Somebody tells you, like if Dr. Arlene says, oh yeah, I want to travel by, you know, I want to travel sometime between September and November. It's going to take us about $10,000-$15,000. And I'm using these numbers because it's what she told us on Saturday morning. If you was on Saturday morning, you heard this. And so, and yeah, I think it was Jacques, maybe. I think it was Jacques that she was with. And Jacques was basically, you know, going through the numbers again and going through the questions with her, what have you. And one of the things that, you know, we always teach people to do is, okay, when they give you a number, blueprint how they can get there, right? And so it's no different in this scenario. When you evaluate and process the data, you deliver the remedy and the prescription, right? This is where you also encourage and empathize. This is where you encourage and empathize. This is not where you sympathize. Okay, because some of you are going to be, especially for some of you who have people in your groups who may have lost some money in other companies, who may have money in holdings in other companies, and you're going to sympathize with them. Okay, this is not the time for you to say, "Hey, man, I understand what you got going through, what you're going through. You know, just get back with me whenever it's a good time for you." That's sympathy, right? Empathy is this. You know what? Telling you, I understand. You know, you guys, I understand you lost a couple $1,000 in one of the companies that you invested with in the past, and you're trying to get back on your feet. But you know, this is going to help you. And if you don't do something right now, your situation is only going to get worse. Right? You got to find a way to get that money back in your pocket, and then get beyond that. When it comes to growing your actual revenue, growing your capital, growing your company, growing your whatever it is. You just can't sit back and wait for this company to release your money, or you can't sit back and wait for the lottery. You can't sit back and wait for things to change, or for your emotions to change, for you to say, you know what, I'm ready to go ahead and make some money now and start all over again. You know, that's happened. And guess what? You're not the first person that it happened to, Tanya, but guess what? The people who went on to do great things, they put that emotion behind them, and they went on to build in spite of. And that's what empathy is. Empathy is in spite of, period. Regardless of what that person's going through, you still have to encourage them to do what's best for them, right? If you don't do anything right now, what is your situation going to get better or get worse? And you just don't say nothing, right? But empathize and encourage. Right. N, notice the body language and signs. Okay. Notice the body language and signs. And I say signs of agitation, signs of stress, right? When you talk to a person and you can see the agitation, you can see a person getting stressed out, or you can see a person excited, you know, you can see a person, having a bigger smile. You can kind of see the facial expressions, what have you, but pay attention to, what's going on them. And if you pay attention to what's going on them, you really can get a real good feel on what's going on in them. But you can also see disbelief, or you can see the light bulb coming or going off, right? Light bulb moments. When you notice the body language and signs, those will be signs of approval or agreement or disagreement. Okay. And so just be aware, be noticed, be in a position where you can notice these things, because these are the things that you are going to really have to get good at paying attention to. It's signs. It's no different than, men and women. Women, y'all already know, before a man arrives and comes to you, if you want to say hello, or if you're ready to say goodbye, or if you're ready to turn around before he gets to you and walk in a different direction, you already know. Okay? And most men are at a disadvantage because they don't know no better. That's a skill. Approaching a woman is a skill, just like having a conversation for business. It's a skill. Okay? So That's the LISTEN acronym, guys. That's something that you really want to go back to, and you want to turn that thing into a college course. I always say that, but I just, that's how I treat anything that can make me $1 million. Listening is $1 million skill. It's a 7-figure skill. Okay? And this is the thing. Most of you guys won't, learn most skills because you don't have a dollar value on it. And when you think about a skill, you think about a skill, like, let's just stay here with listening. How much money is not listening costing you versus how much money is listening earning you potentially? You gotta think about how many times did you walk away from a conversation saying, man, I overtalked the situation, or, what, she said that and I didn't get it, or he said that and I heard it, but it just slipped right through just missed it. I missed it. You're costing yourself a ton of money exponentially. Remember, every mistake that you make, guys, it costs you tens, potentially hundreds of thousands of dollars. And depending on who you're talking to and the level of influence that person may have, you may be costing yourself millions of dollars. Okay. So sometimes it's better to listen to other people than listen to yourself. That's the other thing. Who are you listening to? Guys, if you're not where you want to be and you don't have the answer, you should definitely be listening to somebody who's where you're going, where you want to go. That's one of the other reasons why I said, look, not only is the company overly impressive, but the company that I get to keep in this situation, these are world beaters. These are guys that I get a chance to grow from. I get a chance to listen to. I was on a 7-figure call and this is a 7-figure call. They had 11 people who earned well over $1 million annually on this call, on this Zoom, in multiple countries around the world. I talk the least. They basically, they had to call me out, and then I spoke, and it was brief. I let them know, hey, look, this is my background, but I'm really excited about being here with you guys because I get a chance to learn from some of the best. Some of y'all I've been in the same industry, same space with, and watch you do some things. And some of you guys, other people speak highly of you. And now I get a chance to work with you guys. So I'm just here right now like a fly on the wall. I'm not trying to impress anybody. Okay. I'm not trying to impress anybody. So I'm just here to listen. All right. So, but here's another thing. This is the thing that, where are my shy people at? If you shy, put a 2 in there. Matter of fact, put an S in there. If you're shy, put an S in the chat. If you're shy, put an S in the chat. If you have people that's shy, tell you stop. Jesus, some people, boy, I say shy. Okay. All right, Jamie. Okay. All right, Sarah. Okay. Laura Greens, really, Laura? Okay. So first of all, half y'all ain't shy because half y'all wouldn't even put S in there because you don't want the attention. Secondly, some of y'all really are shy, but some of you guys are, man, stop it. Anyway, when you look at this industry, guys, a lot of people don't make money because they are shy, because they don't know how to approach people. They don't have that people skill that has to be developed. And the reason why they can't develop it because they don't know what to say. And we talk about scripts all the time, right? And the scripts, when you look at scripts for meeting people, there's a script called the form technique. And before you guys who have network marketing experience, oh yeah, I already know about that. You don't. You don't. This is a different form. I'm a different type of animal. I do things different. So just hold your horses. You might learn something today. I'm just saying. So this form technique, guys, I'm going to say, when you've been in industries where you've went through and exhausted every resource that you have, and you have nobody to turn to, nobody's going to listen to you no more. You have no more friends left. You have no more funds left. You have no more family left. It's just, everything is just no more finances left. It's you at the bottom of the bottom when it comes to, what's next? 0 people in your pipeline, right? And this is how you take, this one skill set, right? And you just blow up your pipeline. You just had that thing overflowing to where you have to get your bigger pipeline, but also the money flows over as well, because not only are you now filling up your pipeline with people with this skill set, it's something that you can actually teach to people who are shy, people who have run out of resources, right? And this is one of the things I've been teaching for decades. And I can just tell you, the more and more I teach it, the more and more the team makes, the more money the team makes, the more success that they have, the more new people that they're able to bring on board. Because how many of you guys are, tired of talking to the same people? If you're tired of talking to the same people, raise your hand, or if you're on Zoom, or, just put me, if you're on Facebook. But if you're tired of talking to the same people, you're tired of asking the same people, same questions, and believe in me over here, trust me over here, invest with me over here. If that's you, raise your hand, or type me in there or something, right? I just want to know who I'm talking to, right? I want to make sure this training is worth training. Okay. All right. It's okay. And so this is the thing, that form technique, guys, it puts you in a position where you have a whole entire scripted conversation. Okay. And you can make it as short or as long as you want. Obviously, the shorter, the better. Okay. But when you know what you're going to say before you start to say it, you don't stress out. You don't spaz out. You don't freak out. You actually get to talking right away. So you get to finishing right away. Right. And that's the thing I love about it. I said, once I go start at F and I get to M, I know it's a wrap. I just got to get started. Right. And so if I visited your city, a lot of you have seen me do this stuff in person. And I do it at, mostly at restaurants or when we're walking about. So you guys can actually see me practice what I preach. Okay. But this one with listening tied to this one skill set right here I'm about to teach you guys has made me a fortune. My wife and I live very, very well off of this, because you don't have to be the best presenter. And I want you to get this. You don't have to be the best presenter in the world. You don't have to be the best trainer in the world. You don't have to be either of those. Actually, you don't have to be a presenter or a trainer. But a person who can meet people and get people to show up to a presentation that's being done on their behalf can out-earn anybody who's presenting. Irvin Smalls can out-earn me 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, because you know why? He's courageous. Irvin will talk to anybody. And when he talks to people, people pay attention. I'm just telling you, it's like when I look at him, he has 6-figure investors, multiple 5-figure investors. He's got people who's willing, like looking at things like contemplating putting 7 figures in situations, and it is because he's not afraid to talk to somebody. And I've never seen Irvin do one presentation, but I've seen Irvin make a lot of money. So I want to make sure you guys get this. Some of you guys want to be on the stage, you want to be the best presenters and trainers, but if you become the best, at meeting people and getting people to the actual presentation, you can make a flat out fortune. This training is going to do more than just give you hope. It's going to give you the blueprint. Okay. So when you look at, and this is what I call earnings on automation right here at its finest. What's the agenda? What's the objective for forming, right? It's to make sure, for me, it's to make a friend. For y'all, a lot of y'all is going to be to make money. And that's going to be the wrong agenda off the rap, because some of you don't know how to disguise that right now. People can see you hunting, right? They can see you lurking, like some of y'all do on Facebook. They see y'all lurking, but y'all don't like, you know what I'm saying? You lurking, but you don't love, right? But you lurking. We see you lurking, right? On the stories and stuff like that. People in stores see you lurking too. They see you over there like you hunting, like you got a spear or something, like you ready to get them with the big net or something. They see you, right? Have an agenda of making a contact. Have an agenda of getting better. Have an agenda of making a friend, right? Start there first. And then once you get really good at making friends, it's going to evolve and getting you to a position where you're now building up your value within that form technique session, to where a person will actually want to do business with that person who they believe is now a new friend. People do business with people who they like, they trust, and that they know. You can have a really good elevator pitch and come off and can just, man, look, here's my big claim. This is what I do for a living. And if they don't know you, don't trust you, don't like you, yeah, good luck. You may get lucky, but you can't teach that. That's just you off the muscle. That's just you, just off the courage. That's just you going in and doing what you do. right? And it works for you, but it won't work for anybody who you recruit. That's the person that you got to think about, because that's the person you're responsible for. Okay. This is how you, because remember, people are going to do the business the same exact way they came in. And some people will say, you know what? Sonya came in like a bull in a china shop, and she just hit me across the head with a big claim, and I couldn't say no. But I'm not doing nobody else like that. I'm gonna invest and make some money with Tanya, but it's just gonna be me. I'm not, I can't do that. You know what I'm saying? I want to make sure y'all get this. So what's your agenda? What's your objective? Okay. So going into the form technique, you can do this in any order. You know, it just depends on how your conversation starts off, but you have F, and I'm gonna give you a standard chart of Fs. The other ones are gonna be simple. O is occupation, right? Financial status, right? Occupation. R is recreation, fun. You know, it's just what they do for fun, whatever, and entertainment. And M is gonna be the message, the money, right? That's what M, see how simple those three were? But the Fs is where y'all flunk yourselves. This is where you fail. This is where you drop the ball. This is where you kill the deal. And so the first F is the rapport, establishing rapport with the first 30 seconds. First 30 seconds. Okay. That's your clock, right? That's how much time you got to get in, have a conversation, make impact, get out, right? And if you got that clock, is like a quarterback. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, get rid of the ball, right? You got a clock. And so if you know your clock, you got to be able to establish rapport in 30 seconds rather. And you do that by giving a compliment. You know, a lot of times if a person's hair is nice, give a compliment. Person's wearing something nice, give a compliment, and give a compliment with a question. You know, man, where you get those shoes from? You know, every time I go to Burberry, they always they have the traditional ones, but I never saw those before. Where do you get those from? Well, you know, ma'am, you know, and I'm gonna just tell you, I'm married, but my wife, she would love a handbag like that. Where did you get that bag at? And don't worry about her being in the same city with you. We live in Houston. You live over here in Minnesota, so you don't have to worry about bumping into her with the same handbag same day. But where'd you get that handbag from? Right? They have a baby, right? Or a child is with them. Oh my God, the child's so cute. That's your grandson. That's your daughter. Now, don't say the baby is beautiful or cute. The baby's not beautiful and cute. Don't do it. They know. Don't do it. It's just like telling somebody they got a beautiful hairdo in their kitchen jacked up. It's all messed up back there. Don't do that. Just make sure the compliment is genuine, right? Keep it real. People can smell a fraud. They can smell a salesperson, right? And somebody who's just trying to fluff them up. But don't lie to people, because that's an insult, right? And you got the kitchen, Tanya. The kitchen jacked up, man. Look. Man, we 1 week away from another hairdo. You had these braids for 3 years, and you talking about these braids look nice. They starting to look like dreads, and you talking about this look nice. Come on, right? So be genuine when you establish rapport, right? Single women, you know, if you're out there and you are promoting your business and you're out there making it happen, buy your ring that looks like a wedding band. I know these days it really don't matter that much, but at least you got something to fight off the men and say, look, no, I'm just this business, or, you know, I'm already engaged or whatever. And just, you know, and that way you can just keep it where it's supposed to be, right? Which is flirting. Flirting is a no, guys. And flirting is, when you flirt, you're playing with fire and failure at the same time. And guys, don't treat your prospecting like you're in the meat market, right? I'm just telling you, dude, this is the thing about women that you should understand. Women make up 80% of all the volume you'll ever do in any of your groups, in any of your companies, any of your platforms. So, you know, every time you see one that you want to hit on, just say you just lost a meal, you know. So it's like a millie or a meal. Go out on a date, have a meal, or we can hook up and make some money and make a meal. What we gonna do? Okay, you got to learn how to turn it off. Okay, so women, learn how to keep them off you. Get your little ring. Men, learn how to turn it off. Flattery, make sure it's genuine. Find commonalities. This is where you get your couple of Me Too's, right? Families, like I said, or your family from here. where you're from. These are F's. And fear nothing. When I say fear nothing, don't go in, with your shoulders slumped, your head looking down, and you barely talking and mumbling. Okay, go in courageous. Go in with posture. Go in convicted. Head back, chest out. Hand ready to be, firm handshake. Whatever you're gonna do, but voice clear and know what you're gonna say. Fear nothing, right? Be fixated on every word. I talked about that when it came to listening. Be fixated on every word. Okay. Fish for opinions, advice, and validation. Fish for it. And before I get to the last one, first name 5 times. First name 5 times. Hey, when you say a person's name, because how many of you guys really, and by show of hands or just put me in there, as soon as somebody give you their name, you forget it. Anybody just willing to be honest for the sake of the training, right? And for those of you on Facebook, you'll see the people on Zoom in 2 seconds. But think about this for a second. You ask a person their name and they tell you, right? And then you be like, man, before it's over, you'd have forgot. Matter of fact, sometimes as soon as they told you, you forgot, right? How many of you think you're bad at remembering names? But show of hands, you're bad at remembering names, right? Say me. If I can't see you on Facebook, we can't see you on Facebook. Say me. If you think you're bad at remembering names, say me. Okay. No, you're not bad at remembering names. You just don't care. It's just not important to you. You were on the way of being interesting instead of being interested. Again, if you listen, so let me get this right. Hold on. Your name is what? I got a cousin. Okay, you got the same name as my cousin. You know what? Oh, my wife name, y'all got the same name. My wife named Kim too. We got a little acronym for my wife named Kim. Keep it moving. KIM, keep it moving, right? So it's just whatever it is, say the person's name. As soon as they tell you what it is, repeat it back to them. So let's see here. So Ellen, you mean to tell me you from Bermuda? What brings you to Houston? Or Rich, Rich, how long you been a caterer, Rich? Rich, is your food good, Rich? It's 5 times. Say 5 times. Tanya, you say you and your husband own the company and y'all made millions together? Why y'all don't do that no more, Tanya? What's going on? What y'all doing now, Tanya? And so it's just say the name 5 times. I can guarantee if you say it 5 or more times, guys, the next time you see that person, you won't have to try to figure out what that person's name is. It'll be right there at the tip of your tongue. It'll come right out. It'll be fluid. First name 5 times. Ask yourself, what's the sweetest words to a person's ears? Their first name. All right? So the more you say that name, the more the person likes you. The more they like you, the more they want to get to know you. The more they want to get to know you, the faster they will actually consider you a friend. Okay. And who knows, one day y'all may actually do business together. You may actually do business together because your agenda is to make a friend. Right? And the last F is finish before they want you to. Get out of there. Because some of y'all, it's just the energy is popping and man, y'all excited and conversation is flowing and man, you'll sit there, you'll talk for as long as they'll sit there and talk to you. And you don't look like you have nothing to do. Like your day is just, you out here hunting, right? You start looking at people, we talk about the sign languages, looking at people, pay attention to that person's posture, pay attention to that person's body language. And a lot of times you'll see a person, they'll turn their foot. They won't even step and walk yet, but they'll turn that foot into a direction that's opposite of you. They'll be sitting there face to face, and next thing you know, their foot go this way, that one foot go this way, like they're finna walk that way. They letting you know they want to leave, but you're holding them hostage. So you had a good thing, guys. And this is for dating too. So get in and get out, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to help some of y'all out, man. Some of y'all doing bad. So get that foot go this way, man. Hey, you know what? before you, instead of saying, you know what, I'm gonna let you go. So you know what, it was a pleasure meeting you. Okay. Before you see the foot, it was a pleasure meeting you. You know, look forward to connecting with you, whatever that message is going to be, you know, because you're going through the whole entire process. But always finish your process before they want you to, or before they wish you would. As a matter of fact, let me help you understand something. Y'all actually finish your conversation on the way down. When the energy is way up here and it starts to decline, right? That's when some of y'all either have to be told that it's over, or you actually finally make a decision to walk away. The best time to leave is when it's going up. Leave that person at an all-time high and leave them wishing that you can give them more, wishing that they can meet you again, talk to you again. Leave them wanting, you know what I'm saying? Some mystery in there. You know, don't give up all the goods on your first meeting. Like you tell them everything about you, everything about your company, and that's you're doing a presentation and all this other stuff. It's bad for your business. Because they're gonna sit there and do the same exact thing if they work on them, right? So when it's going up and you got your jokes going, right? Be funny. That's which is one of the F's. Be funny, right? And you got this thing going and going and going. And so you know what? I gotta go. It was a pleasure. I wish I could stay here longer, but I got to get out of here. Got some other things to do. Got some phone calls to make. Got a lot of people to communicate with. Got some meetings I got to go do. Whatever it is, even if you ain't got to do nothing, get out of there. Okay. Be important. Okay. So R. Okay. And so notice I said you can do it in any order. I like doing it from FROM. It's form technique. But I like R because once I've gotten enough information, once I've gotten enough intel and I've felt them out, now I'm using, you know, all the things that I actually got, and I'm going to finish off this conversation and this meet and greet with the information and intel that they gave me. So now I'm gonna ask them, hey, so, you know, I know we're in St. Louis, you know, what do y'all do for fun here? Yeah, I was told not to go to East St. Louis, but so where can I go in St. Louis to have a good time without getting beat up? You know, or if I'm in Minnesota, you know, what do y'all do out here besides ice fishing? Because y'all don't have a good football team. So what do y'all do? You know, it's just I'm going, and I ask, and I won't have a hat on. I'm like, hey, look, where can I go let my hair down? You know, and so and that's always a laugh. It's always a chuckle. It's always a smile. But recreation, or ladies, you know, or guys, you know, if you play golf, say, hey, where do you play golf at? Or where's a good place to play golf at? Or where's a good place do y'all have a top golf around here? Where's a nice place where I can get a beer and watch some sports? So ladies, if you're talking to another woman, where's the mall? I got to get some emergency gear, you know, or, you know, I need to go get a refill on this nail I just broke. Where's the nail shop? You know, something, you know, and so you want to, shopping is fun for women. That's recreation for women. So women, again, use that, right? But where can I go to get a really good bite to eat? You know, I'm a foodie, you know, and so whatever it is, recreational, ask questions about recreations and get people to talk and get people to engage. And when you ask for advice, you ask for help, guess what? People want to give it to you. People want to help you, right? They want to help you, okay? Let's see here. Oh, occupation, okay? Financial status, basically. So when you look at occupation, what do you do for a living? You look like you own something, you know, so they may be professional, you know, well-kept, you know, put together. Janie, you like this training, huh? You over there smiling, sniggling, giggling, boy, I tell you, look, I'm just saying, I mean, I appreciate that. That's why I love seeing all of y'all. That's why I went away from the webinar. I hate talking to myself. I like speaking with my audience, man. This is beautiful. So occupation, what do you do for a living? The person's got a suit on. What are you investing? You own a business? What are you on sales? What do you run a company? What do you do? And that's building up a person's ego, right? And it's fluffing, okay? But it's genuine because they actually look like, you know. So what do you do for a living? You know, I mean, I was listening to you talk, you articulate yourself well. You know, what do you do for a living? Or if you're at a place where you're being served and it's by somebody who, again, they have exceptional service and they articulate themselves well as well. I'm like, you know, so what else do you do besides this? Because serving tables, you got to be doing something more than this. You got to be in sales or something, because people who serve they're normally not this skillful or well-spoken or whatever it is, right? And so occupation. What do you do for a living? Okay. Or let me ask you a question. You know, are you into investing? Occupation. I know after they do that, what they do for a living. Let me ask you a question. Are you into investing? Do you have a portfolio, stocks, bonds, crypto, anything like that? Do you know people who are? Stay in there in occupation, right? Always use the who do you know on occupation. You know, when it comes to investing and stuff like that, diversifying, you know, or is that all you do? Or have you diversified? Or are you investing, or, you know, or you play around in the market, whatever? Ask more and more questions. Start, again, fact finding. Okay, start digging. By that time, remember, that person's talking to a friend, so they don't believe that you're getting nosy, right, or personal. And even if they are, you've made so much of a big impact and so much of an impression on them that they don't even want to offend you to say, man, that's kind of personal. They'll still give you the information, even if it's begrudgingly, right? So ask those questions. Now, don't get in there and really just go ham and ask 50 million questions, because it will be, you know, you just got to know when, right? You got to know when. Ain't the right to turn long. You don't ask every question right at the same time. Sometimes you just say, you know what, I'll rest for right now. And you let somebody else come back in and cross-examination. Then you come back and say, oh, by the way, I got a couple of questions for you, right? So, you know, at least that's how they do it on Law and Order. I'm just saying. So, you know, don't overdo it, right? And then you got the last one. You got the M, the message. This is the grand finale, right? Again, always end on a high note. Always finish before they want you to finish. And that message could be, hey man, it was a pleasure meeting you. While I'm in town, yeah, I'm gonna knock a couple of balls around, you know, or I'm gonna go and do this. You know, I love it. Or I'm gonna be at the country club. I love to reconnect, you know. Or you know what, I'm leaving tomorrow, but how about we do this? Let's exchange information, you know, and let's stay in touch, because I'm coming back into town, and who knows, you may be in Houston, you may be in Florida, or whatever. That's your message. Now, if you talked about money and that person invests and that person diversifies, that person has the interest of doing something a little bit more than what they're doing, then the message is a little bit different. Well, you know what, Destiny, this is the deal. I got to go, and it was a pleasure meeting you, but it looks like that you really do have your head on your shoulders. And, you know, how about we talk about the investments that we have on the table and see if it's something that may work for you. You know, how about that? You know, let's exchange numbers. And if it's for you, you know, it's for you. If it's not, it's not. But we got about 5 or 6 different investments, got 5 or 6 different platforms, you know, and within our investment group that I would like to share with you. Who knows? It might be something for you or somebody who you know, love, and trust, or you love, know, or maybe related to, or whatever. But that could be your message. Remember, it could be, you know what, it was a pleasure meeting you. Have a great day. Because you may not want to know that person after that conversation. Right? So again, the message could be to follow up at another time, just exchanging information. Or it can be, hey, talking about money, let's set something up. Let's sit down and have a cup of coffee before I leave. Or let's sit down and do a Zoom before I leave. Or let's sit down and, you know, let's talk about what we have in our portfolio, you know, at a later date when when it's okay for both of us to get it on our schedule and on our calendar and go from there. Okay. But also, when you leave, you know what, it was a pleasure. You know, give a nice firm handshake if you're shaking a hand, or you know what, give a half hug. You know, I'm a hugger. Hey, look, it was a pleasure meeting you. And again, be confident with it. Okay, be confident with it. That's something that people really do appreciate. People really appreciate people who have posture, people who have confidence, people who are sure of themselves, right? They don't like people who are timid. You know, people who are half-spoken, people who are scared. Like if you are courageous enough to do something and you are scared to do it, that's one thing. They know the difference between somebody who's scared and somebody who's timid. There's a difference. Okay. If you're scared and you're gonna do it anyway, because you gotta do it, that they think it's cute. Right. And they'll let you get away with it. They'll actually give you a pass on it. But if you got your head down, you know, shoulders down, and you're looking at the ground and hey, you know, you from here? You know, no, and don't follow me. That's the F, don't follow me. I'm out. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, that's the form technique, guys. You know, again, you got all kind of things you can follow up with, social media. I know in different cities and states, different countries, like IG is a real big deal. I have an IG account, but I don't IG. That's IG in Florida. Everything is IG. Give me IG. And it's instantaneous. Give me IG, give me IG, give me IG, give me IG. Florida, 100% IG, IG. Right? And it's easy, it's safe, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just saying, those are different things. I used to use email. I used to use, instead of asking a woman for a phone number a lot, depending on who she was and how she received me, I was give me your email address. Let's exchange emails. Okay. And so, okay, it's not my phone number. Cool. So again, you got options. Last thing, save method. This is the SAVE, save message. This is for those of you who, again, are struggling with being interested instead of interesting when it comes to remembering somebody's name. Outside of just saying it 5 times, S is say a person's name 3 to 5 times in the conversation, right? The more the better. A, ask a question about the name, like how's it spelled? Or who are you named after? Or are you named after somebody in particular? Or, man, what's the meaning with that name? That's an interesting name. Ask a question about the name. Who are you named after? Oh, is there a meaning? I saw one when I was watching the video today, and the guy asked the girl, what her name was, and it was really a beautiful name. He said, "Wow, what's the meaning of your name?" And she gave him the meaning. She said, "What's the meaning of yours?" What's the meaning of your name? He said, "Oh, I'm American. We don't have meanings." And so it was funny as heck when he said it. But again, ask questions about the names, right? V. Now V, this is where you really you're gonna like V. V is visualize how upset they would be or how much money it would cost you if you forget their name. Visualize how upset or how disgusted a person would be, right? How disappointed they would be if you forgot their name. How much money it would cost you if you greedy. If you forgot their name. Put a dollar sign on every name that you're supposed to get. $100,000 a name, $500,000 a name, $250,000 a name, $1 million a name, right? Because that's you're looking at an apple seed. The name that apple seed that you're looking at is the name. The name that you forgot is the name of the future orchard, right? E, in the conversation with the name every time, 100% of the time. Forrest, it was a pleasure meeting you, bro. Good dude, man. 100% of the time. Donnie, it was a pleasure meeting you, darling. So that's how you do the save method. Just again, these are just little things that I picked up along the way over the years in seminars, or things I just created over the time. And these are the things that help me make a fortune, help me build a huge pipeline and keep it filled up. I've never met a person, again, if you are in my eyesight rule, I see you, see me, we're gonna have a conversation. I see you, see me, we having a conversation, and we'll figure it out after we start talking, but somebody's gonna start talking, right? And some of you have heard me use this one before. I've said, I asked a person, especially this really happens when it's from somebody who's not from the same country as you. And so I have people, I ask them, so where are you from? And they'll say Argentina. I say, oh, me too. And they say, for real? I'm like, no, I'm just kidding. And so, but it's one of those things, right? Janie, we're gonna kick it when I come to Atlanta. I'm just saying, you having too much fun right now. So, but that's just one of those things, you know what I'm saying? You gotta don't take yourself too serious. Some of y'all too tight, too stressed out. Loosen up. You know what I'm saying? When you're meeting people. People want to deal with fun people. They don't want to deal with tight, stressed out people. You're gonna stress them out. Looking at you. Be stressed out, man. Don't do people like that. All right, you just met them. So with that being said, guys, again, this is going to be a wonderful week and a wonderful month of the year. The fireworks, again, are yet to come. What y'all seen on the 4th has nothing, in store compared to, what we have in store for you guys rather coming up. I'm excited. So love you guys. As we always say, we don't know what we did to deserve you guys, but we're going to do 100% of everything in our power to make sure we get you guys to and beyond your goals. Okay. And so with that, see you guys at the top, see you guys at the bank, and we'll see you guys at the beach, especially if you're going to Cancun in 2 weeks. We'll holla.